set ago. Let me also recognize the delegation from the Muslim Judicial Council, all councillors who are here, distinguished guests. There are also officials from my office. I recognize them. Ladies and gentlemen, if I have missed someone, please know that you are recognized. Firstly, let me thank the Gatesville Mosque for inviting me here with my wife, Humile. We are indeed grateful to be with you this evening. On behalf of the government and the people of South Africa, I would like to wish all our Muslim brothers and sisters here at home, the wide African continent, and the world a blessed month of Ramadan as we join you to witness Iftar and breaking of fast this evening. Today, Program Director, is a day of celebration, of reflection, and rededication. It is a day of celebration in the holy month of Ramadan. This is a fulfilling period of learning and meditating about the holy qualities of piety and righteousness. As the Holy Quran demands, and renewal of our fear of Allah the Almighty, so we can be better human beings. It is also the beginning of the celebration of Freedom Month, during which we celebrate our hard-earned freedom and democracy. The older generation here will recall the difficult and challenging journey we have traveled as a nation to cross the turbulent ocean of apartheid into the promising shores of a democratic South Africa. Program Director, this was a continuum in a long tradition of heroic struggles by previous generation of the liberators such as Abdul Bans, Dr. Alan Busak, Imam Hassan Solomon, who led protests, marches armed with the Bible and the Quran in their hands. I also vividly recall coming to Cape Town 40 years ago in the August of 1983 to attend the historic meeting of the formation of the United Democratic Front, which took place at the Rocklands Community Hall, not far from here in Missions Plain. We were still very young at the time. I don't want to say how old I was. You can guess if you count back. Program Director, those were difficult days, but we had something going for us. We were united and resolved to defeat a government which defied the farewell sermon of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, at Urana Valley of Mount Arafat. Whereas the Prophet had said that there is, and I quote, no superiority of a white person over a black person, or of a black person over a white person, except on the basis of personal piety and righteousness, I close quote. Apartheid forces, on the other hand, apartheid system itself said exactly the opposite and went on to inflict untold suffering and pain on those it considered subhuman. Thankfully, the people of South Africa, black and white, urban and rural, men and women, young and old, rich and poor, took the path of the prophet and defied apartheid. As in the Battle of Badr, the people demonstrated nothing could defeat a united and resolute people. I'm grateful to start this year's Freedom Month in celebration of the breaking of the fast of Ramadan, because it once again places the non-racial teachings of the Prophet Muhammad firmly on our country's agenda. 40 years after the formation of the United Democratic Front, which embraced his teachings, and we continue to embrace his teachings at risk of life and limb. We should, Program Director, use this occasion to begin an important process of dialogue amongst each other, aimed at restoring the unity of purpose which led to the victory in the Badr of antiquity and gave birth to a sustained the United Democratic Front as one of the midwives of a democratic South Africa. We must, Program Director, dialogue about such wide-ranging issues and topics that may include the following: jobs and job creation, dealing with crime, kidnappings, extortions, vandalism of infrastructure, but more importantly, ensuring visible policing and police response to citizen kindness to deal with incidences of crime. Secondly, poor government and poor government support for many in our communities, particularly small businesses that are really struggling as we speak. Thirdly, there's a challenge of housing in many of our areas. We can see the persistent problem of backyard dwellings in many of our communities, poor public transport, and of course, in many of our provinces, including here in the Western Cape, we have been involved in struggle. And I want us to continue that proud tradition of the struggle for liberation. I have tasked my office currently to engage formally with you in a solution-oriented dialogue about these issues that I've mentioned. We are the first to admit, Program Director, that while we have made strides to change the country for the better, we have also made mistakes. We therefore look forward to hearing the specific concerns of people in many of our communities about the work of government, because we are genuinely committed to solving the problems of the people. Today, Program Director, is also an occasion for reflection on ethical dimensions of our lives. You need to look no further than the aphorism of the Quran, and I quote, "Whoever does not abandon obscene speech and evil action, Allah does not need his refraining from eating and drinking." This is also why this day provides us with an opportunity to rededicate and commit ourselves to peace, human solidarity, and to the values of non-racialism, non-sexism, free, democratic, and a prosperous society, united in its diversity as enshrined in our Constitution, which the United Democratic Front, of which some of you were part of, helped to bring about. Ramadan brings to the fore the spirit of sharing, the spirit of Ubuntu, the idea that I am because you are. We must keep this spirit alive throughout, because this is who we are as a people of South Africa. And we should promote this spirit in every nook and cranny of our lives. Program Director, 10 years ago, the government of our country sponsored a compact of positive values, and amongst others included the following: promotion of the rule of law and democracy, improvement of the material well-being of the people and economic justice, protecting the environment, amongst others. We note and applaud the fact that this event tonight is an interfaith celebration and not just an event for Muslims. You are building bridges across our different religions and communities, and in so doing, helping to build an inclusive South Africa that our Constitution so envisages. Once more, Program Director, my office, as delegated by the President, stand ready to assist where we can, and must in the construction process will be engaging with yourselves on this and other issues to which we have committed ourselves. I was briefing some of the officials at the Union Building that the President has asked me to go to various communities, especially where there are service delivery problems. But he used the word in the letter, he said, go and intervene where there are service delivery problems, especially hotspots. He didn't say go and analyze or check what the priest says, go and intervene, which is very important because you want us to resolve problems, not just to go and analyze and check how people are living, to resolve problems. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Like the warriors of the Battle of Badr and the heroic activists who gathered at Michel's Plain 40 years ago to form the UDF, we will succeed. As you break the fast today, we hope your eagerness and desire to do good in our community will drive you to improve the conditions of our people. We all hope to live in a country where people are more connected to one another and work together to solve problems. Program Director, as I conclude, I want to say, to generate the required warmth in humanity and displays of human solidarity, let us follow the examples of Prophet Muhammad. May peace and blessing be upon him, developing truthfulness, dependability, selflessness, ethics, forgiveness, passion, love towards one another, and love towards other people. That for us is a great sunnah. Wish you a blessed iftar, and may the food we will eat this evening nourish both our bodies and our souls. Thank you very much.
Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. Deputy President. Deputy President, thank you so much for a very, very insightful message here.